Title: Into the Darkness. The air is heavy with a sense of foreboding, as if the very earth itself trembles in anticipation of the darkness that lurks within. A lone figure emerges from the shadows, their presence cloaked in mystery and malice. A voice in the deeps of the darkness can be heard. A lone figure emerges from the shadows. A voice in the deeps of the darkness can be heard. This land is mine, and souls are mine to claim. No mortal can thwart my will. You are next. My name shall forever elude you, for I dwell within shadows, lingering in the depths of your nightmares. You are next. The scene unfolds in the dimly lit depths of Oakridge, where whispers of the unknown echo through the ancient trees. The air is heavy with a sense of foreboding, as if the very earth itself trembles in anticipation of the darkness that lurks within. A lone figure emerges from the shadows, their presence cloaked in mystery and malice. They move with an otherworldly grace, their eyes gleaming with an unearthly light as they stalk their prey. In the dead of night, whispers of terror sweep through the village, chilling the souls of those who dare to listen. Strange occurrences plague the town people, their nightmares becoming reality as they are drawn ever closer to the abyss. Each night, the figure ventures forth, its insatiable hunger driving it to seek out new victims. No one is safe from its grasp, for it knows no mercy, no remorse. It is a creature of pure malevolence, born from the darkest depths of the human psyche. As the days pass, the terror grows, spreading like wildfire through the hearts of the people. They huddle together in fear, seeking solace in each other's trembling embrace, but finding none. For the darkness knows no bounds, and it will not rest until it has consumed them. And, so, the cycle continues, an endless dance of death and despair. Oakridge has become a ghost town, its streets empty and its buildings crumbling. All that remains is the haunting echo of a presence long gone, a chilling reminder of the horrors that once stalked the night. The shadows of Oakridge deepen, concealing the malevolent force that prowls within. Whispers of the unknown weave through the ancient trees, carrying with them a chilling warning of impending doom. As the village succumbs to fear's icy grip, a lone figure emerges from the darkness, a spectral silhouette moving with an eerie grace. Its eyes, aglow with an otherworldly light, pierce through the night like beacons of dread. Nightmares materialize into reality, ensnaring the townpeople in a web of terror spun by an entity beyond mortal comprehension. Each night, the figure ventures forth, a harbinger of doom, its insatiable hunger driving it to claim more souls. The once vibrant village now lies desolate, haunted by a presence that knows no mercy. The people of Oakridge cling to each other in desperate solidarity, seeking refuge from the encroaching darkness that threatens to consume them. In this ghostly realm, where shadows reign supreme and death dances with abandon, the legacy of fear lingers like a curse. Oakridge stands as a testament to the horrors that lurk within the human soul, a grim reminder of the price paid when one delves too deep into the abyss. As the veil between worlds grows thin, the fate of Oakridge hangs in precarious balance, teetering on the brink of oblivion. The lone figure in the shadows remains an enigma, a specter of malevolence that defies all attempts at understanding. A tale woven in darkness and despair, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs into obscurity. Emily and John discover that Oakridge's story is one of tragedy and terror, a cautionary tale whispered in hushed tones by those who dare not speak its true name. Influenced by folklore, the creature's motivation for seeking out new victims are deeply rooted in various mythological and folkloric traditions. These motivations often reflect by the darker aspects of human fears, insecurities, and the mysteries of the unknown. Their motivations can stem from a desire to protect their treasures, enact revenge, or simply from a malevolent nature that drives them to harm the living. It's warning of the dangers of straying too far from societal norms and venturing into the unknown. Therefore, the creature is motivated by a similar blend of folklore influences, seeking out new victims to fulfill its malevolent desires, protect its domain, and to simply sustain itself. The creature views Oakridge and its surrounding forests as its sacred domain, a realm it has ruled over for centuries. It perceives the inhabitants of Oakridge as intruders, desecrating its land with their presence. This motivation drives the creature to reclaim its territory, ensuring no human dares to tread upon its sacred ground again. Drawing from folklore where creatures feed on humans to sustain themselves, the creature in Oakridge is both physical and spiritual, requiring the essence of living beings to maintain its strength and immortality. The creature thrives on the fear it instills in the hearts of Oakridge's residents. Each of its victims, it claims, amplifies its power, as it feeds not only on their physical form but also on the terror it evokes. Fear is the greatest power it holds. As a result of a curse placed upon the land, as punishment. Emily and John learn that the creature's onslaught could be a test for the people of Oakridge, challenging them to overcome the darkest fears and unite against a common enemy. This theme is prevalent in folklore, where communities face and overcome malevolent forces, emerging stronger and more cohesive. Emily seeks to uncover the creature's origins, hoping to find a weakness or a way to appease it. Using the new skills she has received, she sets out to do just that. This quest leads Emily and John to ancient texts, forgotten rituals, and alliances with other supernatural entities, setting the stage for a climactic confrontation between the darkness that seeks to consume them and the light they strive to rekindle within their community. It was written that the fate of Oakridge was intricately tied to an ancient prophecy foretelling the return of a long-forgotten evil that threatened to consume the world in darkness. Time was running out, and the fate of Oakridge stands in the balance. In a world where darkness lurked in the shadows, there would always be new mysteries waiting to be unraveled, and new threats waiting to be faced. And as long as Oakridge stood, they would be there to protect it from harm. The village of Oakridge quivers under the weight of its secrets. The townspeople, once bound by the mundane rhythms of life, now huddle together in fear. Their eyes dart toward the ancient trees, seeking solace or answers, anything to dispel the creeping dread. The figure, still nameless, moves with purpose. Its footsteps leave no trace, as if the very earth conspires to erase its passage. The villagers whisper of a curse, an ancient pact forged in blood and shadows. They dare not speak it aloud, for fear that the malevolence lurking in the darkness will hear and retaliate. Each night, the figure ventures forth, drawn to the vulnerable souls who dare to dream. It feeds on their fears, savoring the taste of fractured hopes and shattered illusions. The air thickens with despair, and the moon itself seems to wane in sympathy. The village's once bustling inn now stands abandoned, its windows boarded up. The innkeeper, old Mr. Hawthorne, vanished without a trace. Some say he just glimpsed at the figure one moonless night, his eyes widening in terror before he dissolved into the shadows. The children, too, bear witness to the malevolence. Their laughter has turned hollow, replaced by haunted stares. They now draw crude sketches of the figure, its elongated limbs, eyes like twin assets, and a mouth that whispers secrets only the wind can carry. As the days blur into weeks, the townspeople grow desperate. They seek answers in forbidden texts, dusty volumes hidden beneath floorboards. The village priest chants incantations in the moonlit graveyard, hoping to banish the darkness. But his prayers fall on deaf ears, and the figure remains elusive. And then, one stormy night, a stranger arrives, a wanderer with eyes as ancient as the hills. His name, he claims, is lost to memory, but his purpose is clear, to confront the malevolence that plagues Oakridge. The townspeople gather in the square, their breath visible in the chill. The stranger steps forward, his gaze unwavering. He speaks words older than time itself, invoking forgotten deities and binding the figure to the mortal realm. The ground trembles, and the figure emerges, a tempest of shadows, rage, and hunger. Its eyes fixate on the stranger, recognition flickering within. For the first time, it hesitates. The stranger raises a hand, palm outstretched. "I know your name," he intones. "You are Nocturne, the harbinger of nightmares." And in that moment, the darkness wavers, torn between its insatiable hunger and the memory of a name long buried. The stranger's revelation. The stranger's words hang in the air, a fragile bridge between the mortal realm and the abyss. The townspeople watch, breathless, as Nocturne, the harbinger of nightmares, wavers. Its form flickers, as if caught between two worlds. "You know my name," Nocturne rasps, its voice a blend of wind through ancient crypts and the distant cries of lost souls. "Who are you to invoke it?" The stranger's eyes hold centuries of memories, the rise and fall of empires, forgotten battles, and the birth of stars. "I am but a wanderer," he replies, "a seeker of forgotten truths. And I know why you haunt Oakridge." The villagers lean closer, drawn by the unfolding revelation. The stranger's gaze shifts to the gnarled oak at the center of the square, a tree older than memory itself. Its roots delve deep into the earth, tapping into veins of forgotten magic. "Long ago," the stranger begins, "this land was not called Oakridge. It was known as Oakham, a place where dreams and nightmares intertwined. The villagers revered you, Nocturne, for you were both their protector and their tormentor. In the ancient village of Oakham, nestled among the towering oaks and whispering pines, Nocturne was known as the guardian of the night. With hair as dark as the midnight sky and eyes that glimmered like stars, Nocturne was both feared and adored by the villagers. Legend had it that Nocturne held the power to weave nocturne and nightmares, shaping the slumbering minds of those who dwelled in Oakham. Some whispered that Nocturne could peer into the depths of one's soul, unraveling the deepest fears and desires with a single glance. As the guardian of Oakham, Nocturne walked the boundaries between light and shadow, protecting the villagers from the terrors that lurked in the darkness. But with this power came a price, for Nocturne also wielded the ability to unleash nightmares upon those who dared to defy the natural order. The villagers lived in awe of Nocturne, offering prayers and sacrifices to appease the enigmatic guardian of the night. They sought Nocturne favor in times of trouble, believing that only the whispers of the darkness could guide them through the trials of life. But amidst the reverence and fear, there were whispers of a darker truth hidden beneath Nocturne's veiled gaze. Some claimed that Nocturne's powers were a curse rather than a blessing, a burden that weighed heavy upon the guardian's shoulders. As the stranger's tale unfolds, the ancient mysteries of Oakham begin to unravel, revealing a world where reality and illusion merge into one. And at the heart of it all stands Nocturne, the guardian of dreams and nightmares, forever bound to the land of Oakham. Nocturne, eyes narrow. "I remember," it murmurs. "They offered me sacrifices, innocent souls to feed my hunger. But then," the stranger nods, "but then they grew greedy. They wanted more. They sought power beyond their understanding. They bound you to this realm, trapping you within the ancient oak. Your name faded, your purpose twisted. The figure shifts, tendrils of darkness reaching toward the oak. Release me," Nocturne hisses out towards the stranger, now within the crowd. "Let me reclaim what was stolen." The stranger's hand tightens around a staff, an artifact carved from the heartwood of Oakham itself. "I seek balance," he says. "Not your freedom, but a pact. You shall no longer prey upon the innocent. In return, I'll restore your name, your purpose." The villagers hold their breath. The stranger steps toward the oak, staff raised. "By the forgotten gods," he intones, "I bind you, Nocturne, to this pact. You shall guard the dreams of Oakridge, and nightmares shall be your sustenance." The ground trembles. The oak spark splits, revealing eyes, ancient, unyielding. Nocturne, form merges with the tree, becoming one with its twisted roots. And so, from this time, Oakridge is reborn, a place where dreams and nightmares dance, where the veil between worlds is thin. The villagers sleep uneasily, their dreams touched by both wonder and terror. As for the stranger, he fades into legend, a name whispered by the wind, a shadow glimpsed in moonlight. His face forgotten in time. His purpose fulfilled, he becomes part of the tapestry of Oakridge, forever entwined with its secrets. And so, my dear friend, if you ever find yourself near Oakridge, listen closely. You might hear the rustle of leaves, the echo of forgotten voices. For Oakridge remembers, and its guardian awaits. Nocturne, the guardian of the night and nightmares.